What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Lil Smacky, coming at you with another Black Ops 4 video. Recently, there was a huge 9 GB update for the game, and there were tons of things that changed. So stay tuned, and I'll be breaking down all the new things that came with the update, and maybe even some things you might have missed. So Charlie Intel has the patch notes. I'll link it down in the description below. But I'm going to be going through them with you guys, and if you guys want to read along or however you want to do it, that's fine. So for Xbox One and PC, Nuketown was added to the rotation, and it has its own featured playlist, which basically is Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, Hardpoint, and Domination, all Nuketown 24/7. In Blackout, celebrating the launch of Nuketown, zombies now spawn on Nuketown Island, all over, and there's new zombie stash spawn locations behind the Nuketown sign, but just for a limited time. As for the black market on Xbox One and PC, Blackjack's shop was added, which means, skins, gestures, different little things that update daily and sometimes weekly. Now, these are into the updates for all platforms, including PS4. In general, Nuketown was added to all the multiplayer playlists instead of just its own one. They updated the clan tag and kill counter for the weapon prestige rewards to use LED display so you can see them better, which I think was really cool because when I upgraded my guns to weapon prestige 2, I wanted to see how many kills I got with it, and sometimes it was hard to find. And also, when you have a signature weapon, now you can just equip the Mastercraft camo right away instead of having to go through those BS challenges. As for the playlist updates, TDM 100 was added in the feature category. That'll be the multiplayer playlist that you see right when you boot up the game. Basically, it's just team deathmatch with a score limit of 100. I don't really see the point of bumping it up, but I guess a lot of people who play team deathmatch regularly think it's better with 100. Speaking of which, the gameplay that you're seeing right now is me playing TDM 100. On Gridlock, I believe, I'm using the Swordfish. I got a little bit of buff. We'll talk about that later too. But it's pretty good. Had to carry the team because Team Deathmatch, there's not really a lot of good players in there. Anyway, Mercenary Mosh Pit and Hardcore Mercenary Mosh Pit were added to feature categories, which is Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, Hardpoint, and Domination. But you're not allowed to go in with the party. You have to play solo. Gun Game is still in the featured category. Supposedly they were going to take it out, but they decided not to. And then Endurance Chaos Mop Pit is also in the featured categories just for PS4, which is, remember that game mode where every score was doubled. So instead of having to get 75 kills, you needed 150 as a team, and so forth. They fixed some stability stuff. I know a big thing for me is when I blue screen, which is basically just when the game crashes. That happens to me a lot. Not as much my friends, but I know a lot of people that it does happen to as well. And luckily they had some stability updates to fix this. A couple being, whenever you just use the reactor core, sometimes your game would crash. Or when you pilot the Hellstorm, sometimes your game would crash. Just little things like that. Now, there was a big overhaul to score streaks. Some got buffed, some got nerfed. And as a whole, score streaks themselves did get nerfed. We'll start with the care package. It takes the same amount to get, but it takes less time for the care package to actually come into the map, which is great because I felt like if I were throwing a care package because I was trying to get my achievements, I had to use the care package. When I threw it, it would take like 20 seconds before the care package got there. But now, luckily, the care package takes a lot less. However, they reduced how often high-end score streaks can be received in the care packages, which means you're not getting the gunship, the strike team, the attack chopper. You're going to be getting more UAVs, RCXDs, stuff like that. I will say, when my time using the care packages, there were definitely a lot of good streaks I got in them, so maybe this was needed. As for the score adjustments, if you guys don't know, whenever you get a kill, you get points, capturing objective, stuff like that, you get points. In order to earn score streaks, you have to earn a certain amount of points or score. So, for example, the Dart and the RCXD were the two lowest in the game. The RCXD you needed 450 points, and the Dart you needed 500. They switched those around, so now the Dart you need 450, and the RCXD you need 500 total. Don't really know why, but they did. The Lightning Strike was reduced from 900 to 850. The Sentry Gun was reduced from 950 to 900, which I agree with. The Sentry Gun's not that good in this game. It can be destroyed with one shot if you're using a sniper rifle, so I think it should be even lower than 900 personally. The Hellstorm was increased from 850 to 950 points. Definitely think that was needed. The Hellstorm is a very good streak. The Sniper's Nest reduced from 1100 to 1050. Also a super good streak. I think 1050 is a really good spot for it. The Mantis was increased to 1100 from 1050. The Thresher was reduced from 1250 to 1200. And if you guys don't know, the Thresher is either really good or useless. There are some maps where the Thresher literally won't get you 0 kills. I don't remember what map I was playing, but I think I called in 3 Threshers in a match, and I got 1 kill with all of them, like total. Because it just goes right down the middle of the map, and if there's cover, like, it's just not worth it in my opinion. So I'm glad they reduced it. The attack chopper was increased from 1200 to 1300, which I think was good. The attack chopper has a lot of potential, but it also can be shot down fairly easy. I know if you're running a rocket launcher or a Helion salvo with fast loader and fast lock, you can take out an attack chopper before it even gets into the map. So I don't know necessarily about this one, but it does have a lot of potential. And that's all for the specific score adjustments for the streaks. But the biggest buff, or the biggest nerf to these streaks, would be that they reduced the score given for all score streak kills from 25 points to 10 points. So when you're trying to go for high streaks like the gunship or the strike team, you kind of rely on the smaller streaks to get you points. Because every time you got a kill with the score streak, it would give you 25 points, so every 4 kills would be an extra 100. But now they reduced that down to 10. So if I pull in a Sniper's Nest and it gets me 8 kills, before that would be 200 points. Now it's only 80. So it's like a 40% reduction, and I think that, or a 60% reduction, sorry. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it, but at the same time, I understand why they had to do it. Now going into game modes, for hardcore they resolved some issues with team killing, where if you were doing something unintentionally and it killed your teammate, it wouldn't count towards your kick limit, which basically means you get kicked from the match. Also, they resolved an issue where your teammates' names wouldn't display properly in hardcore search and destroy, which could be problematic because if you kill your own teammate, then you're at a disadvantage. As for core hardpoint, they reduced the score given for the hardpoint capture to 50 points, down from 100. I personally really disagree with this because I think that people should be rewarded for playing the objective. And if a kill is equal to as many points as a capture, then why would people even play the objective in the first place? As for challenges, they made 3 specific challenges a little bit easier to get. There were some bugs allowing you to do it incorrectly, or if you did it correctly, sometimes it wouldn't count. So Atomic Drop, Spotter, and Air Cover, those 3 challenges have been fixed a little bit. There was a small weapon balance update, only for 2 guns, and this is just in multiplayer. And it quotes, "Burst tactical rifles have been adjusted slightly to better define their role as ranged power position weapons. With these changes in place, weapon balance on consoles is where we want it to be after the first month of changes, and will allow the meta to stabilize before making additional balance passes." So basically, they buffed tac rifles again. Mainly the Swordfish and the ABR this time. So both of them get reduced upward recoil to achieve more accurate burst, which basically means they're lasers now. And as you can see in this gameplay, the Swordfish has barely any kick, especially if you don't get hit. The bullets are just shooting out quick. And then the ABR, which I talked about in my last video, which by the way, if you haven't seen, link it down below, you should go check it out. The ABR extended 4-hit kill range from 25 meters to 32 meters, which first of all, that's 7 meters. That's actually a pretty long distance. And 32 meters, you're not going to get in a lot of 32 meter fights with the ABR. That's a long range in multiplayer maps, because the maps aren't that big in this game, and there's only a couple of spots where you would get in a fight over 32 meters. So this is a big buff for the ABR. So that's it for multiplayer. Now we're going to hop into zombies. If you only came for the multiplayer stuff, alright, sweet. Thanks for checking out the video. If you want to like, subscribe, that would be great as it helps me grow. I appreciate you watching, and let's get into zombies. So on the zombie side of things, all it was is stability and crash updates. So basically, at the beginning of the game, zombies was very buggy. Alright, people were going for Easter eggs because that's what they do, especially when new maps come out. And they would just kept crashing and crashing and blue screening and all this stuff. And it was really frustrating. And over the past couple weeks, they've been just putting out a ton of patches fixing blue screens and crashes. And I think this update, they said there was 70 plus crash fixes. So that's nice. I'm not going to go into them. But like I said, I'll link Charlie Intel's article down below, and you can read through all of it if you want. There's a lot of ones just on global, and then there's some for Blood of the Dead, Classified, Voyage of Despair, and 9, and even one in the tutorial. As for the gameplay, they fixed some glitches where you could be like permanently stuck when you're grabbed by the Blightfather, or they gave a little bit of extra XP for certain kills, which is nice because it takes a long time to level up in zombies. And then as for Blackout, they resolved an issue causing screen jittering when moving, and I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but I've experienced this a lot when I'm sprinting, trying to get to the next zone, and all of a sudden my screen starts shaking. And it doesn't necessarily affect the gameplay, it's just a visual glitch, but it's just really frustrating. So I have to stop, wait for the screen to stop shaking, and then start running again. And it's just kind of frustrating. And then the Bowie knife is now also available in equipment stashes and random drops from killing zombies around the map. So that's it for Blackout, Zombies, and Multiplayer on the wide aspect of things. And then there's also a couple of things coming by the time you're watching this video, actually. This event called Quad Feed will probably be out, or it'll be out within the next couple of hours. Basically, what that is double XP on multiplayer, double tier up, which is, you know, the battle pass type thing, which you can get from playing multiplayer games or Blackout, double merits in Blackout, which is huge because it takes a long time to level up in there, and double zombies XP and Ebullient Plasma. So they call it Quad Feed, but basically it's a huge double XP event across all game modes, and just promoting leveling up. And the last thing you may have missed about this update is in the Blackjack shop, for sure for PlayStation, and I'm pretty sure with Xbox, the new special order firearms called Fall Firearms are available, which one of these, the Divine Justice, which is a pistol variant for the Strife, it looks really cool actually, was a GameStop exclusive for buying it through GameStop. Alright guys, that's all I have for today. I'm working on the SG12 strobe light operator mod review right now as we speak. I hope you enjoyed the video all about the 1.07 patch update and maybe the things you might have missed. If you guys have any suggestions or anything you want to see, just leave it down in the comment section below. I make sure I check all the comments. And if you liked the video or found it helpful, just feel free to leave it a like or even subscribe for future content, as it helps me grow. Thank you so much for watching. It's been Lil Smacky. Peace out.